but you made a calculated decision to marry somebody else, one of the risks is that maybe she will leave. Maybe she will. Allah knows best. Maybe she won't. But you got to give it an opportunity. You can't just go ahead and say, all right, I want to keep this order that I currently have. And I know how some brothers think. They say, you know what? I'm going to keep this order and I'm going to see if I can, for 6 months, go ahead and I'm spending time here and spending money and I'm taking care of these households and, see how she feels about different things and see if anything changes. Because likely nothing will change because she's none the wiser. Salaam alaikum, peace. Coach Nadir, one of the founders of Outstanding Personal Relationships and one of the authors of Let's Talk Polygyny Uncensored. With that being said, here's the deal. I want to talk to the brothers. I want to talk to the men specifically who have already married another wife. And if you don't know, I practice polygyny. I'm married to 2 wives. I've been married to Coach Fatima for quite some time and then been practicing polygyny for over 12 years now. So with that being said, though, here's the deal. I think sometimes people get it a little twisted or confused. So let me clarify something. When we talk about marrying and letting your wife know after the fact, we're talking about the marriage ceremony. Okay, so that's an option. We don't encourage that because best practice is that you speak with your wife. You already have an idea and understanding of what's going on with polygyny, how you want things to kind of work out, how you want things to look, and what people's options are. Okay, that's very, very important. So best practice is not to necessarily tell her after you get married. I mean, that can happen. Not best practice. How do I know? Because I did that. All right, so I'm advising you on what's best to do. It's more respectful. You don't lose respect, which is crucial, especially to us men. That's very, very important because we're there to make sure that we are providing, we are protecting, and we're living life on a higher level, if you will, at least if we want to have a healthy, happy marriage. So with that being said, I'm going to let brothers know, listen, there's something that you need to do for these brothers who've already married and yet their first wife doesn't know. Because I'm tired of getting emails. I'm tired of getting questions asked from our audience and people saying, you know what? We have 2 kids now. He said he was going to tell her, but he constantly pushes it off. Or he said, my culture or the in-laws will do this. And he's not really sure. And they get a bunch of different excuses. And I know some of the reasons why. And I'll let sisters know why they may not tell you right up front. But that's not the point right now. The thing is you have to go through the fire as a man. You have to demonstrate the courage of manhood and make sure you're not losing respect by making poor decisions. Again, it's extremely important. And I'm letting you know because you already know you're going to face some heat. You're going to face some drama. You might face that just by bringing up the topic, which might be a reason you didn't tell her to begin with that you're going to marry again. You might have tried to talk about polygyny. Maybe you brought a polygyny book in. Maybe you sent her one of our videos and all of a sudden that led to a fight or some heat or being uncomfortable. Fact of the matter is we have to stand in our own discomfort. We have to walk through that fire. We're men. We have to protect our family, even from people in the family. So sisters, if you want him to come to you and be able to be open to you, then be approachable. All right. Now he's going to have to talk to you either way. And we're encouraging that now. Stop. You got kids and children by 2 different women and stuff, 2 different wives, and they not knowing each other. Now I can see if you just shady or a bum and you got a whole history of cheating and all kind of garbage. But this ain't that. You usually won't be on our channel with that. You usually wouldn't be here trying to get educational information if that's what it was. But it's highly possible your wives may be checking this out, or at least your subsequent wife, your second wife, your third wife, or whatever, because the family doesn't know. Now, I don't know how you be making that, but what you got with your schedule going on, because we encourage brothers for a baseline to make sure you have your financial acumen where it needs to be. So you are either an entrepreneur, you have passive income coming in, you got stuff already set up. But for these brothers who got a 9-to-5 job, like, what are you saying? Oh, I'm taking, I'm going to my other job. I got this other job. And that's what you consider your additional marriage, another job. Now, technically, it's responsibilities as another job. Yes. But the reality is it's not another job. So how you can do that without having a whole bunch of deceit and lying and stuff going on is beyond me. But we want to make sure you stop that, because if you know you're going to go through some heat, you know it's going to be arguments, you know it's going to be drama, there's going to be hurt and all that kind of stuff, which again is some of the reasons brothers don't tell the women, because they don't want to argue and deal with it. They don't want to hurt their feelings. But still, you as a man have to get over that. You have to have the courage to address the situation. So go through it now, because if you know that it's going to be drama, get it out the way now, so you're not losing more ground, so you're not digging a bigger hole that you're already in and burying yourself. Allow me to interrupt myself. All right, I'm coaching out there. You probably already know that because you're listening to me right now. But I want to let you know something. I conducted a series of 5 workshops, and I call it the Successful Marriage Challenge workshops. I did them live. They have a lot of worksheets. And the reason I'm mentioning this right now is because a lot of people want to know how to take themselves to the next level as men. Okay, the next level really goes from being a boy to being managed to a man of value, and then king. This is exactly what we're discussing, and I'm training in depth on in the Successful Marriage Workshops, the King's Edition. Of course, my wives have done the True Queen's Edition, but I want to let you know that that is available. So make sure to click the link below to go to the site, or just simply go to outstandingpersonalrelationships.com/KSMC for Kings Successful Marriage Challenge. All right, let me let you get back to me. Peace. I'm not going to say it's going to be easy, but it doesn't have to be easy. You made a calculated decision on what's going to happen. Now, it could be, sister, listen to me. And brother, listen, it could be you're married for 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20 years. Now you want to practice polygyny. You don't want to risk your family breaking up. Maybe she said, I'm going to take the kids and I'm going to do this, and threaten you from the family, which ain't wise, sis. All right, the man got to be a protector. He knows how to protect from people, enemies outside the family. But inside the family, that's a whole nother level. Whether that's emotional or not, we're adults. We got to control ourselves and what we're saying, because that tongue could be like a sword that kills. And then all of a sudden, he's not saying anything. Right? Now, that doesn't absolve him from it, because he still got to be a man. You still got to go ahead and deal with it, whether that's that drama heat from your wife or anybody else. So that's not a pass, bro. But you made a calculated decision to marry somebody else. One of the risks is that maybe she will leave. Maybe she will. Allah knows best. Maybe she won't. But you got to give it an opportunity. You can't just go ahead and say, all right, I want to keep this order that I currently have. And I know how some brothers think. They say, you know what? I'm going to keep this order, and I'm going to see if I can, for 6 months, go ahead and I'm spending time here and spending money, and I'm taking care of these households, and, see how she feels about different things and see if anything changes. Because likely nothing will change, because she's none the wiser. In that case, we think, oh, ignorance is bliss, right? I know how brothers think. That's what they say. It is what it is. But the fact of the matter is that ignorance is not bliss, because that order is going to turn to chaos, because now you marry somebody else and you probably have children with somebody else and all this kind of stuff. And how does that look now? You lose in respect. The more it drags out and longer it goes. So again, we encourage before marrying again, having that discussion, whether that's premaritally in the courting phase or just getting married, or even if there's never your intention, just so you know where each other stand. Revisiting the discussion, because you may not be interested in polygyny, just brand new monogamy. But you evolve and change over time, revisiting that discussion, because that helps you understand your connection in your marriage to begin with. But bruh, you got to walk through the fire if you've already done it. You got to deal with the heat, deal with the family, deal with everything you need to deal with, or you're not worthy of being anybody's husband. Yeah, it takes courage. Do it. Do what you got to do to handle your situation appropriately with whoever it is that you married, because both your wives deserve better than that. It is our responsibility to set the tone for the fam. Know who you married. If you out there and you going through, you have 15, 20 divorces and all that kind of stuff, and you just going, bruh, you likely ain't watching this video. But I'm letting you know, walk through the fire. Sisters, I'm letting you know, if you're not approachable, if you blow up, can't control your emotions, and you threatening this stuff from inside the family, that throws us for a loop, because we know how to handle situations outside and protect the fam. But inside the fam, you have a one-up, because it's that tongue. We don't know how to really deal, one, with that. Secondly, you're threatening from the inside. So if you really want your marriage to fail, continue threatening and belittling and dismissing and talking crazy to your husband. That's going to go ahead and diminish yours right to begin with. So if you want to try to make it easier, be open to having that discussion, controlling your emotions, take some deep breaths, introducing the discussion, asking questions if something ain't looking right, because far too many sisters are like, well, I wasn't sure and I didn't know this, but they had some intuition. And they're like, you know what, I think this, let me ask. And that's how they started the discussion. Do that. Open if that's what you feel. Your husband may have another wife. All right. And bruh, if you do, you just need to bring it up. You need to have a conversation. You need to discuss what stuff is, because you made the determination on whether or not you stay together or not by doing it. But the person still has that choice. Now, here's the other thing. You have to understand, brothers and sisters, it does not matter. 5, 10, 15, 20 years. Let's say you had a glorious marriage. If you part at that time, you accept that wisdom and responsibilities and experience and the love and all of that for 15, 20 years. You're going to be okay, even if you're not together. You likely will be fine. You don't have to go ahead and dismiss this 15, 20 years that Allah Ta'ala has blessed you with in the marriage because somebody chose to do something different. We still have our own individual identities and we have a shared marital identity. Sometimes my sisters get wrapped up where that becomes their identity as wife, as mother, and that's it. They lose their individual part. And I talk about this with the 7 identities. I'm not going to go to a training about it now, but I want to let you know, bruh, if this is something that you chose and that you acted upon and that your wife, your initial wife doesn't know about, go through the fire and get that done. Make sure you join our community. If you watch this video this far, put "walk through the fire, bruh" in the comments so I know that you're supporting us and what we got going on. And if you got questions, concerns, let me know. Drop in the comments. Make sure you're joining our community if you want to get to the next level when it comes to things that we don't discuss and deal with on social media. Yeah, I'm Coach Nadir. I'm the coach that helps people get their shift together. So with that, I'm out. Salaam alaikum. Peace. Here are 3 ways outstanding personal relationships can help you.
Make sure you guys are following us on our social medias at Outstanding Personal Relationships on YouTube and Facebook, and on IG at Outstanding Relationships.
And make sure you sign up for our email list, and you can actually email us at support@Outstanding Personal Relationships, where you will get updates on our new book, Let's Talk Polygyny Uncensored, as well as exclusive access to our lives and bonuses.
Absolutely. If you're looking for more polygyny education, make sure you visit polygamymasterclass.com. Now, if you're looking for coaching or counseling with either Coach Fatima or Coach Nyla, you can find them at.
Make sure you visit me at CoachFatima.com.
And myself at CoachNyla.com.
That's how we can help you. Assalamu alaikum.
Peace.